Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Tarot Helvetiae. Today I'm gonna read cards on the topic of how can you improve your work and finances area of your life. We're gonna have two readings, one with rose quartz and a second one with the fluorite. Please choose your option and I will start. Okay, I will start with the reading number 1 for those who chose this wonderful rose quartz. First, I'm gonna see shortly how is your situation regarding work and finances right now. Are there any hardships or just we're gonna see what's going on in this sphere of life for you, and then we will take an advice of how you can improve it. All right, let's have a look what's going on right now with your work and finances. Maybe you started something new. It could be a new position or yes, rather feels like it's been some position. Maybe you just accepted a new job offer. Yes, pretty much like that. I think that here, most probably, you were looking for a job for quite some time. Now you recently got a call or a message where they made you an offer, and now you're thinking to accept this offer or not. Should I go into this new job or not? I think it was very recently this message that you got, and now you're really trying to choose what's the best decision. Why are you unsure about this new job place? It might be that this kind of job requires you to work alone quite a lot, not seeing other people. Maybe that's a work from home, and maybe that's something that you don't like that much, because maybe you typically worked with a group of people or in a physical office, and maybe you like this, to be around people, to have some communication with people, to maybe you like to share like lunch, together with your colleagues. And here you know that these kind of social interactions will be over if you accept this kind of job. All right, if this kind of description resonates with you so far, then please continue watching, and so we will see the message. So how can you then what would be best decision then for you? What's the advice from the higher forces? What is the advice from the higher forces for you regarding your work and finances? Let's see the advice. I have a feeling that if you're still applying for other jobs, most probably you will have some more options to choose from. I think eventually, if it's a work from home, you will not be happy about it. So you might accept it and work there for some time, but then after some time you might still think like, no, I want to get out, I want to see people, I want to talk to them, communicate with them, I want to be seen myself as well. This is what you might feel. And here I see that I think if you continue applying for jobs, you will see that there are other options for you, maybe better ones. Now you're a bit confused. You think that, oh, there is nothing better than this position, but actually there is something better. I think that generally here it still makes sense to communicate with other people and to apply to other places. Maybe some interviews will not go that well, but there is gonna be like a pearl in the sand, you know? You're gonna find it eventually, a place that will satisfy you in all the criteria for a job that you're looking for. You see what I mean? Like, now this position that you're about to accept, you feel like, okay, mostly I like it, but this particular factor about working from home and alone, being isolated, I don't like it. But actually the advice is here is that if you continue looking and if you know exactly what you're looking for, you will find that option that will be like an ideal job that will satisfy you in all the important criteria. I will close my message here. Thank you for watching. I will be happy if you will put a like and tell me more about your situation in the comment. If you need a private consultation, you can book it on my website or you can write me on any social media, all the contacts below. Thank you so much. And I'm coming now to the second reading. Hello everybody who chose second reading today with this beautiful fluorite. So we're gonna look at your work and financial situation right now. First, I will read about your current situation, how it looks like, are there any problems? And then if that resonates with you, you can continue watching and you will see the message with an advice. How does the work and financial situation looks like at the moment for those who chose the second reading? I think you have pretty good position at work, most probably. Maybe the relationship between you and your colleagues are not so good, but you should have some kind of managing position. Maybe you just recently, I think you were recently promoted. That's how it feels like. I think that recently you were promoted in the place where you work. You just started to be this managing, like you just started to be a manager of a higher status than you had before. Most probably that's your situation. Yes, you just started. It's like really beginning energies here of a new job, but within the same place, I think. And maybe now the problem is that maybe it's too much responsibility for you, too many tasks. Maybe you have to now be in direct contact with somebody who was quite far away from you in the hierarchy, like a CEO or somebody like that. I think simply things probably are happening now very fast, and they need from you to be very energetic, very responsive, to respond to things, to emails very quickly, maybe to have too many direct communications with people, too many meetings, too many tasks. Yes, I think it's really, it requires from you these managing skills that you probably never really learned or never practiced, and now it's the time when you have to quickly get into the flow of this kind of position. Maybe initially you thought that would bring you much more well, I would say fun, or rather like emotional satisfaction, but in a way you feel like it's not really what you expected, that maybe you are not as much energetic as this position requires you to be. I think you're rather soft, maybe. Maybe this position also requires you to take harsh decisions, or maybe it will require you to fire some people or to be like pushy on them. Well, I think you're rather like empathic, maybe. Yeah, probably like I feel like here the person who is watching this message now is rather like maybe of watery signs, you know, like water zodiac signs, because I think you have quite some empathy for people, and it's difficult for you to be in these business leading positions. So that's the main conflict inside of you right now. All right, if this resonates with you, then continue watching. And we will see now what kind of advice the higher forces can give you in this situation right now. Let's see the advice. But it feels to me that getting this position was kind of almost like destined to you. Or it was very easy to get that position. Maybe you were recommended to be on this position where you're now. Let's see the advice. Advice. You know what I can say? I think that your subordinates actually like you because of particularly this empathy that you have to people. People can see that you are a warm-hearted person. But your superior chefs, they might dislike it or push on you, so that you are more kind of that you have an axis, sort of, that you're able also to take these hard decisions. So that's the conflict there. But let us see the advice. Yes, precisely what I said. I think that this situation creates an inner conflict inside of you, and you're trying to be good to both sides, both to the employees who are subordinates and to the chefs who are above you. This is going to be difficult, I feel. How to solve this conflict? It will take you some time to get used to this new role. I think that your empathy is definitely a good quality that you have. You don't have to like extremely hide this quality of yours, and you will not be able to. And I think that actually that's your some sort of hidden power in a way. Yes, it's your hidden power. It's just that people might overuse it, but you should yeah, maybe here what's good for you is to learn to be maybe a bit more reserved. And when you feel like being super kind and nice to somebody at the workplace, to remind yourself that, well, right now I'm at the workplace and I should do my job well, so I better try to be more reserved. I better try to like maybe stay still rather than trying to solve some situation right away by being super nice and kind and empathic and understanding. But I feel like over time you will learn to be maybe stricter, maybe more confident. I think that over time you will simply get these properties, these traits that a good manager needs. It just it will really need some time. Like right now, I don't think that you will be able to solve the situation. Specifically in this reading, I just want to see if this position, this place where you're currently working, if this is actually destined place for you. Because I mean, potentially, this looks like a place for you to grow spiritually, actually. Here, the person who watches this now might have some sort of how to tell this, maybe like a victim psychology to some extent, but I don't want to use this very harsh word. I hope you understand what I mean. It's more like a person who puts others more in priority than themselves, you know. Maybe you grew up like this, that you had to help maybe your siblings quite a lot, or maybe you're just like this by nature, just like warm-hearted person. And that's, I mean, that's a very, very nice trait of character. It's just that probably here the higher forces want you to build a bit of an axis as well, in addition to this warm-heartedness. Yes, precisely. I think the place where you are now is supposed to be a big transformation for you. I don't think you could avoid this. Most probably not. I think it was pretty much meant to happen for you. Because maybe for a long time you were very stable in your behavioral patterns, in who you were, and something like this had to happen to challenge you and to change you for the best, so that you get, you know, new traits that actually profit for your spiritual growth and for your soul in general. Wow, that was very intense reading actually. That was very deep, much deeper than I thought. So I hope that this message resonated with you. I think that you're on a correct path. Here at the end we have very good cards also, the Judgment and the Sun. I think you're really on the way of your big transformation in life, and this new position will help you a lot to grow, to be helpful to the fellow souls, I would say. And I think that you will be really successful if you simply manage to go through this dark night of the soul, let's say like this. I will close this reading on the card the Sun. I will be very interested to see your comments to this video if you liked it, and if you need a private consultation, you can book a session with me on my website or contact me through any social media. You will find all the links below. I thank you and see you at the next videos.